Political analyst Xolani Dube believes that this conference holds very little meaning for ordinary people and joins us now. Xolani, good evening to you and thanks for being with us on the program. Why do you say so?
If we go back to 2020, the late Auditor General Kima Kwetu, he referred to eThekwini as a very shameful municipality after they had what you call it an irregular expenditure of 2.3 billion. And in 2021, the Corruption Watch ranked eThekwini as the fourth corrupt municipality here in South Africa. And you know it very well that also there is this scandal of waste that made Zandile not to be part of this conference, where about 60 councillors are being the suspect in that particular scandal. And we have seen so many people, especially the ANC councillors, killing each other in numbers in that eThekwini municipality, as well as the members of the ANC killing each other in numbers. And so, you know, when you look what is happening, one can simply conclude that really this is the spectacle of those that the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa tamed them as the suspect number one when it comes to corruption here in South Africa. And one can simply also quote him to say, this is the gathering of the hyenas, of the scavengers, who scavenge on the robes of the people who are powerless and who are being disenfranchised by the 1994, democracy.
You write quite scathingly, Xolani, you know, in your assessment of what the intention and impetus of the ANC now really is. It's not about changing the direction of the country. Instead, it is about securing individuals' futures. That's really what it's all about. They didn't, you know, those people who have stood up or, you know, rivaled the president for the top position in the party, you know, eventually found themselves having cabinet positions offered by the president. In other words, he was able to silence them by offering government positions. And that's quite a, you know, quite a scathing and cynical take, some might say, on the way their political futures played out. In a nutshell, then, what's in it for the ordinary voter?
Look, that's why I'm saying, in this congregation, in this spectacle, the people who are always at the receiving end is us, the ordinary South Africans. And so what they are doing there, it has nothing really to do with the well-being or the livelihood of the next generation of this country, but it is about them trying to position themselves for the next 5 years, as well also trying to carve their ways into the deep pocket of those who control the eThekwini, of which is the white and the Indian, supremacy. And so the guys, these natives that are gathering there, you have to ask yourself, in township, what they've done in order to improve the lives of the ordinary people. We know it very well. You can go and ask Abahlali Basemjondolo, they will tell you that they are being killed now and again. And you go to Emlas and ask about this basic service delivery. You go to Emmawood, Enanda. You know, you find that people who are historically were told that ANC would liberate them, but they still live in the spaces of the condemned. And so that spectacle that is happening at the ICC, I think the so-called the natives need to be very ashamed, and we need to be very scared by asking ourselves, the people who are going to emerge there, what will be their intention? Because those people, to be quite honest, they are not new in destroying the infrastructure, in pillaging the resources of eThekwini. Nyawose is not new, Zandile is not new, Tuli is not new, Sabelo is not new. And so there is nothing new that we need to expect. And so hence I am saying there is no election there. But what you are saying is just shifting the chairs of a sinking Titanic.
So you have this recurring theme, Xolani, that comes up, and you know, it's almost exhausting asking the same question of different analysts at various points. Why would you put someone who's been touched by the scepter of scandal, or, you know, polluted in a way by the hint of scandal, into the top positions? If you're wanting to salvage your reputation, restore trust in people, that the party is indeed on the path that President Cyril Ramaphosa, in his capacity as president of the party, was you know, sharing with the delegates at the end of the Mpumalanga conference about unity and almost, you know, this new direction that the party wants to go in. But you keep seeing people who are poised for ascendancy, people who are not those necessarily who are above reproach.
Look, I don't think that the ANC is serious with dealing with corruption or restoring the dignity of the native, because, you know, what they are doing, really, they are not cleansing, and they are not being the best representative of who we are as the native of this country. And so we need really to accept that ANC can't be saved. You know, you can't save ANC. A simple example, in Mpumalanga, they elected someone who is a suspect of killing people, and the president of the ANC never questioned that action of his own members when he took the platform, because if he was a very responsible and an honest president who want to see change in this country, who want young people to admire the ANC, he was supposed to stand up and say, comrades, I don't think that what you are doing is quite correct by elevating a suspect to this particular position. But for him to be silent, it shows that even himself, to a certain extent, he is not against what is happening in the ANC. But I think he is simply say, I'm going to blue ticket. I am happy because this person is in my faction.
Right. Thank you for your analysis. I mean, and it's interesting you talk about the timing, because I think it was just a day or so later, Amandla Msibi, who you're referring to there, elected as the treasurer for, you know, the Provincial Executive Council in Mpumalanga, was asked to step aside, and eventually he did. I think he's been replaced now by Speedy Mashilo as acting treasurer. But as you say, that would have been the moment really for the president to have said something. But in this context, I suppose, of, you know, political survival, one wonders what would have happened had he done so. This is a conversation by no means over. Thank you for your analysis, political analyst Xolani Dube. Just reflecting on the ongoing elective conference down in eThekwini in KZN.